Russian armed forces continue their advance in the Seversky direction. The advance in the Seversky direction has reached 1.5 kilometers, according to news reports. In this video, it appears that the Russian armored infantry vehicle is moving forward with a few motorcycle soldiers behind it. The soldiers then get out of the armored vehicle and take cover. According to the intelligence received, there is a group of soldiers inside the building. Russian soldiers surround the building and start firing at close range. At the same time, they throw grenades. Russian troops are trying to move fast to ensure security in the area. A Russian soldier opens fire towards the basement. The two S-19 Memsta-S self-propelled crew hit the strongholds of the Ukrainian armed forces in the border area of the Kursk region. With well-calculated coordinate information of the drone operators, the targets were hit precisely. I leave it to you, dear viewers, to comment on the news of this video. What would you like to say about this image? Please write your thoughts in the comments section. Don't forget to specify the duration of the video. The M1B howitzer destroyed the temporary deployment point of the armed forces of Ukraine on the right bank of the Dnieper River in the Kherson region. It was reported by the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation. The M1B has a caliber of 152 millimeters. While the range of its standard ammunition is 24 to 28 kilometers, it can reach up to 40 kilometers with rocket-assisted ammunition. It has a rate of fire of 6 to 7 rounds per minute. Its crew is between 6 to 8 people. It is transported by truck or special towing vehicles. There is also a self-propelled version called 2S-19 MSTAS. A Russian fiber-optic drone is following the Swedish BMP-CV-90 mechanized infantry fighting vehicle of the Ukrainian armed forces at close range. The drone operator waits for an opportune moment to attack the fast-moving armored infantry vehicle. When it thinks it is most appropriate, it accelerates and attacks the armored infantry vehicle in an attempt to destroy it. Ukrainian infantry fighting vehicle was attacked twice by Russian FPV drone operators. In the first attack, the vehicle was damaged and stopped on the side of the road to unload the crew. In the second attack, the vehicle was blown up. Russian drone operators destroyed the British-made armored personnel carrier FV-103 Spartan APC used by the Ukrainian armed forces with a precision strike. Russian Gorinik tank evacuates abandoned M131 APC. This Russian tank seems to have a lot of protection. Probably they did it for drone protection. The crew of the M113 belonging to the Ukrainian armed forces is not visible in the video. They probably abandoned the armored vehicle and left. This lone armored vehicle is being moved off the road by Russian troops and taken to their positions. The source who shared the video did not mention where it took place, nor did he share much information about the incident. As far as I understand from the video, Russian Lancet kamikazes are attacking the temporary deployment points of mercenaries one after another. As far as I know, 6 mercenaries lost their lives as a result of this attack. The documents of the soldiers who lost their lives were also shared, but I cannot share them due to community rules. The artillery of the Vostok group struck positions built in forested areas in the Rozliv settlement in the southern Donetsk direction. There are structures built in the forest for various purposes. Russian reconnaissance drone operators detect these points and transmit their coordinates to the artillery units. Artillery units then open fire at the designated position. As a result of the harmonious work of artillery and drone units, the targets are hit and destroyed. What do you think is the place of drones in modern warfare? Do you think drones are the main element that changes the course of war? You can write your thoughts in the comments section, but don't use bad words and don't fight. Calm down. The T-72M1 tank used by the Ukrainian armed forces was destroyed as a result of an accurate hit by Russian FPV drone operators. In total, 2 drone strikes were made and the tank was blown up. The attack was carried out by FPV drone operators of the 25th Combined Arms Army of the Zapad Forces Group. The Russian drone crew struck and destroyed the Ukrainian army's temporary deployment point on the right bank of the Dnieper River in the Kherson region. In the forest plantation, the FPV drone operator discovered an American towed howitzer M119, covered with camouflage netting. Despite the dense trees and bushes in the surrounding area, the drone moved slowly, circling and moving steadily towards the target. He destroyed the towed howitzer by hitting its vulnerable point. Operators of the 51st Orby Sparta FPV aircraft of the 80th Guards Army of the 51st Guards Army of the Armed Forces of the Russian Federation delivered the final blow to the vehicle of the Ukrainian armed forces, which was badly damaged by a mine in Dzerzhinsk, destroying it. A hidden self-propelled gun of the armed forces of Ukraine was destroyed by a drone operator, hitting the target precisely, without rushing, calmly, and without complex maneuvers. The drone operator is extremely cold-blooded. The fighting in Pokrovsk and Donetsk continues fiercely. In these images, M113 and VAB armored personnel carriers, armored combat vehicles, trucks, pickup trucks, troop positions, bunkers, communication devices, surveillance devices, as well as howitzers and tanks of the Ukrainian armed forces were destroyed with precision strikes by FPV drones. The munitions used by Russian FPV drones are as follows: F1 grenade, RGO/RGN grenades, RPG-7 rocket heads, cumulative munitions, RPG-7HEAT heads, and RKG-3 grenade modification. The Russian army destroyed the Bradley infantry fighting vehicle as a result of D-30 howitzer fire. FPV drone operators gave the coordinates of the Bradley infantry fighting vehicle to the D-30 howitzer crew. Then, as a result of the calculations made, the D-30 howitzer opened fire one after the other. As a result of the harmonious teamwork of the drone operators and howitzer crews, the target was hit as desired. It is vital that the military units of both countries work in harmony. Fighting continues on the Zaporizhzhia front. In the village of Novodanilivka, a group of soldiers is hiding in the basement. Having received intelligence information, drone operators sent attack drones to the area. Then, a huge explosion destroyed the basement. I estimate that no one was injured. Russian FPV drones detected a parked BMP-2 and BMP-1. The attack was then swiftly launched, and the armored infantry vehicle was destroyed as a result of 2 accurate drone strikes. The other BMP armored personnel carrier vehicle, which was camouflaged and parked, was attacked by drones. As a result of a total of 3 FPV drone attacks, the tank was rendered completely unusable. As far as I can see from the videos, there are no soldiers in the vicinity. Does anyone have any idea where all these soldiers could be? Why could these vehicles be waiting like this, defenseless and deserted? Write your thoughts in the comments. The Ukrainian tank launched a fierce attack on the Russian positions. He fired one shot after another. He thought he had finished his mission and wanted to turn around and leave, but there was something he didn't realize. Russian drone operators were following the tank. Then, without delay, the drone operators hit the tank with a precision strike, causing it to burn up and be destroyed. Other Ukrainian cars and armored vehicles in the same area were attacked one after another by FPV drone. The Ukrainian soldiers who drove into the woods to make a plan were unaware that they were being followed. As a result of the drone operators working in coordination and giving the coordinates to each other correctly, the FPV drone attack on the infantry and the vehicle started immediately. One soldier, trying to escape the drone attack, went out into the open and unfortunately became an easier target. A few soldiers tried to hide in the shelter but were attacked by drones again. Russian FPV drone operators attacked a German Marder 1A3 infantry fighting vehicle stuck in the mud in the Kursk border region. After the vehicles got stuck in the mud, the crew got out of the vehicles and drove away. Other vehicles coming to rescue the German infantry fighting vehicle were also attacked by drones. In the Kursk region, reconnaissance drone operators reported the coordinates of a large number of armored vehicles to the attack operators. At the same time, reconnaissance drones detected a basement with a group of infantrymen inside. Without wasting any time, successive drone strikes were launched against the basement and armored vehicles. If you notice in this video, the drone operators are attacking the weapons of the armored vehicles. In this way, the weapons of the armored vehicles are destroyed and the vehicle is almost no different from a normal car, an armored vehicle without weapons. In the southern Donetsk direction, the Vostok group of the Russian armed forces launched one FPV drone attack after another on tanks. In recent years, FPV drones have started to have a new tactical impact, especially in military conflicts. FPV drones are highly maneuverable and generally low-cost drones that are often used in amateur drone races, but later found their way into military use. These drones allow them to fly by providing real-time imagery to the pilot through a pair of goggles or a monitor. While traditional anti-tank attacks are usually carried out with long-range missiles, FPV drones can carry out surprise attacks at close ranges. The enemy may not realize the drone's presence, which provides an operational advantage. They can target tanks' vulnerabilities, especially from behind armored vehicles.